humans, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Amy and I make all sorts of weird and wonderful videos that normally surrounding beauty, health, lifestyle, that kind of thing. So if you haven't seen me before and you think you're gonna like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and give this video a big thumbs up so more people can find it. Apologies for my slightly unkempt appearance today, but got out the shower like 20 minutes ago, so I can't really be bothered fixing my hair at this precise moment because I'm going to be doing a lot of filming today. But the first thing I'm going to be filming is a foundation review. More specifically, a foundation first impressions of the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation and the Primed and Peachy Cooling matte primer. So I picked this up from Debenhams, I think last week, and I have actually filmed this video already. However, I lost all of the footage. It went walkabouts, so God knows kind of where that went, but hey ho. I also picked up the Primed and Peachy matte primer because there was an offer on where basically like you got the primer for like a £5 if you bought this foundation. It's supposed to be undetectable super long wear foundation, 24-hour Born This Way matte, oil free, oil controlling, waterproof and transfer resistant. Interesting claim of the mask. I got mine in the shade Snow, and Primed and Peachy Cooling matte primer is peach and sweet fig, using for balancing oil and doing all that other good stuff. So yeah, I'll be using both of these today on my face, and other than that, let's just dive straight into it. I really like the packaging for the Primed and Peachy primer. It's very similar to the IT Cosmetics CC cream in terms of like it's a tube and then with a pump. I just have a nasty habit of losing all of the lids because this is just kind of what I do. So, ooh, it is actually peach, as you can kind of see. What you might be able to see there. There you go. It is actually peach, which is a good colour for like kind of brightening the skin and helping with like dull skin that needs a little bit of help in terms of looking more alive. So I am just going to apply this kind of to my problem areas, which kind of across my nose, my chin and kind of my forehead. It is surprisingly very cooling. It does feel almost like cold when you put it on, which is very weird. Oh wow. It's a very soft, moussey kind of texture. I think it's not kind of irritating my skin at all, and it does definitely appear, that's the hair on my face, appear to be kind of drying down and going almost tacky, which is quite a good finish for me with for applying foundation over the top of, so that's quite good anyway. So onto the foundation. I think they had like 40 shades of this, and I think I got kind of like it's quite pale to be fair, and it is very, very liquidy running down my hand there, as you can see. Like I said, I got mine in the shade Snow, which I think was like fair to light with yellow undertones. It is quite yellow on my hand there. So as with all my foundation impressions, I'm going to apply one side with the brush and one side with the sponge. I'll be using Real Techniques. So this is the buffing brush that I'll be using for the brush, and then I've got the Miracle complexion sponge, or whatever the hell it is, the pink one, for the other side of my face. And frankly, both sides of my face have got a hell of a task in terms of like pigmentation and texture. I've had some really bad breakouts recently, and I have not been helping the situation at all. I've done my usual picking at them, popping spots, things like that, which obviously you shouldn't do, but I'm doing, so makes me feel satisfied, at least at the time, and then end up with a massive scar on my face. So this foundation does have a decent kind of job to do here. It is buffing really well with this brush actually. So that is the foundation, like a decent layer kind of over this side of my face. It definitely has like good coverage. It's definitely not full coverage because you can still see some pigmentation, like where it's stronger on my forehead, all these marks on my cheek, but it is pretty good. It's looking really good on my forehead. It sat really well on top of that primer. but it has done that thing that every foundation does where it goes a bit weird around my nose. Kind of just right in this crevice here. So I think I used probably about a pump and a half on this side of my face. So now I am going to go in with the sponge. I can't tell personally, but I think potentially that has oxidized the tiniest little bit. Yeah, no, that's oxidized on my hand there from where I've applied it. So I would definitely go slightly lighter, and I would definitely go and get shade matched in store for this. Alright, so that is a layer on this side of my face, similar kind of coverage. I think upon first application, but this is kind of similar with pretty much every foundation that I test, I prefer how this side of my face looks upon first application. However, from my experience, just with foundation generally, obviously this side's a lot more matte, partly because it's had time to set down, but also because obviously I've used a dry brush versus a wet sponge. From my experience of wearing foundation on my skin type, I'm going to prefer how this looks for about an hour, and then this side's going to slide off my face and this side's going to last longer. So that's just from my experience. I like how it's got a little bit of a sheeny finish, how it looks just a little bit more natural on the skin, and it has adhered better around my nose on this side at least, which is pretty good. So I am now going to do the rest of my makeup, and I will check back in with you guys when I've done that. BRB. And I'm back. So if it is up already, I will link the video that I've just filmed with this makeup look down below in the description box or on the screen if I can remember, which I never normally do. So the time is currently 10 to 1. I started filming at midday, so this foundation has already been on my face for nearly an hour now. So I will do some check-ins with you guys a little later on, regularly throughout the day, to let you know how it's going on. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, hello, I am back again. The lighting is terrible, so I'm actually... Okay, that's better. Hello, I am back again in my bathroom as per usual, because it seems to have the best lighting. It is about to go 6 o'clock. So I've had this on my face for about 5 hours now. We're looking okay. We're not looking too bad for this point in the day, you know. I am shiny. I'm always shiny though, so that is literally no different. I think from what I can see, it's only a minor difference at this stage, but I do feel, like I said, the side that I applied with a sponge is not holding up as well as the side that I applied with the brush. At this point, if I was not doing a foundation review, this would be the point where I would blot and powder. But you know, it's not split, it's just very oily. And it's looking okay. It's looking quite good for 6 hours for me, for having no touch-ups. I mean, I have had a nap, full disclosure, and I've had a mask on where I went to go and get my lunch. So it's not come off at all over my nose, it's not come off my chin, and considering I've at this point slept in it for about an hour and had a mask on, that's doing really well. So 6 hours in, we're looking pretty good at the moment. So I think Daniel's going to be getting in the not too distant future, and we're going to go to Morrison's and things like that. So I'll check it back in with you guys in a bit. Hello guys, I'm back again. It is just coming up on 9 o'clock, so I've had this on for about 8 hours now. And it's come off a little bit on my nose because I had to go to, sorry, had to go to Morrison's with Daniel to get some food, and I had my mask on for longer than I probably needed it to. And as well, oily skinned girls will know, because it's oily on your face and your mask slips, it rubs a bit more when you've got oily skin. So it doesn't look bad at all, it's just gone a little bit, kind of, you can tell a little bit has rubbed off, like right on this corner of my nose. But you know, I think it looks really good for it being like on my face for 8 hours. I am quite frankly very shocked at this. So I'm just going to see, something I'm probably going to start doing in my foundation reviews, see how the foundation reacts to being blotted and powdered. So I'm just gonna, I mean, this is not surprising if you know me at all. Like, that's literally just the middle of my forehead, like, oh dear. Right, I'm gonna blot and then come back to you guys in a second. So 3 blotting sheets later, I don't actually feel the need to add any powder onto this. Like, it looks almost exactly as it did when I first applied it like 8 hours ago, just from blotting the excess oil kind of off my nose, off my chin, off the centre of my forehead. It's actually quite surprising. I'm really quite shocked. It's almost as if the oil, like, it hasn't separated. It was just basically sitting on top of my skin. Now that I've removed it, it looks absolutely fine. If I were going out after work having worn this foundation, I would bring a bit of concealer just to go on the edge of my nose, just to blend it out, put a bit of powder on, set that would be it. But if I weren't wearing a mask, that wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't need to do that. I am so impressed with this. The fact that this has been on my face for like 8 hours and it looks nigh on. Hang on, it says, there we go, got that bit. Nigh on identical to when I first applied it. I am so shocked. Wow. Well, that's definitely like in the top 5 foundations of all time. I'm so impressed. Well, that was my foundation review of the Born This Way matte foundation. If you guys have any other suggestions of foundations that you think I might quite like, leave them in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.